What's happening, film friends? Dave the Film Junkie here. Alright, time to get back into this. And what is this? Well, it's picking, we got a lot of characters that are coming out in movies, and they have yet to have actors or actresses to be cast in those parts. And what a lot of us love to do is fan cast, and I figured, time to get back into it. I've done these videos before, but I wasn't like big on them, but I thought, okay, I'm going to start doing them a lot more, as well as like top 10 this, top 5 that, or whatever the hell, just lists. List videos with movie stuff, characters, and whatnot. So be on the lookout for that. I mean, it's not going to be every day or anything like that. Maybe every week, once a week, or every other week starting off. Who knows what's going to happen, guys? But I thought, okay, what better way to start off this new group of videos, this new segment, well, newish, bringing back this segment with this character. Break out the skin-tight leather and the whip. It's time to get naughty. And before I get started, I wanted to talk about this a little bit. Coming up with this list, basically, I've had probably like most of these actresses on this list already tapped in. I'm like, yep, she'd be perfect. Yep, boing. Pretty much when Gotham City Sirens was going to be a thing, that's when I started thinking, okay, how are they going to approach this? Because obviously they already have Harley Quinn. Poison Ivy, I figured, you know what, hopefully they still stick with, the pale redhead girl. So obviously, being that they're going to have already 2 white girls, they'll probably most likely go with a woman of color when it comes to Catwoman, which, she could very well do. I mean, if you look in the books, Catwoman, hasn't been just, obviously there's been Selena Kyle, was just like #1, but you never know, they could do something. So we're trying to get a good mix in this list, and we'll see what happens. And we don't even know when Catwoman's going to actually show up, probably in the Harley Quinn / Birds of Prey movie, hopefully, this actress, and that was another thing I was thinking of, I'm like, what actress could go toe-to-toe and share scenes with Mr. Ben Affleck? And I wanted a little Latin flavor when I was thinking about this list, and I thought, okay, what Latina actress could share the screen with Ben Affleck, go toe-to-toe with him? And I thought, perfect, and this is my number 5 right here, Jennifer Lopez! That would be awkward. Ugh. No, not Jennifer Lopez, even though, that could be interesting, but no. Catherine Zeta-Jones. Yes, some of you are probably going like, what the hell, Dave, really? Hey, this is my list. Shut up. Yeah, she was born in the UK and everything, but she's got a Latin ethnicity to her. She was in Mask of Zorro, right? Right? Age appropriate. She is 48 years old, and if they're going to go with like a late 40s, early 50s Batman, why not have an older Catwoman? I thought Catherine Zeta-Jones, she hasn't really been in like the spotlight in a long time, but the movies that she was a part of, like Mask of Zorro, that movie Entrapment with her and Sean Connery, this scene made me a man. I thought, why not? Bring her back. Get her back in that spotlight as Catwoman, an older Catwoman. We got Michael Douglas over there in the MCU, who's, of course, her husband. Why not bring her into this? And I thought, why not? So, number 5, Catherine Zeta-Jones. Number 4, and she's got those piercing eyes, and she could be a cold-hearted bitch. Ava Green. Yes, that's right. She's about 10 years younger than Catherine Zeta-Jones. Late 30s, and like I said, when it came to this list, I'm not going to choose anybody that's like in their 20s or early 30s. I wanted to get, a little higher up, and I think, man, you get her in that Catwoman costume, and you get that mask on her. I don't know what they're going to do with the costume. Hopefully they go with like kind of like the goggles. I would like to see the cat eye goggles, but Ava Green, my God. Need I say more? Of course I'm going to say more. She was in Casino Royale. She was in the follow-up to 300 where she played that cold-hearted, just, biatch. And she's been in a lot of other stuff, too. And I'm not going to name everything. She was in the Sin City sequel that was... But I did enjoy her, not just because, there was that questionable poster. Good God! But she could play that villain role, but she can also play that, that loving role, I guess you could say. I don't know. I think, they're going to go maybe just a little younger. Why not go with Miss Green? Number 3, and this is like an obvious choice. I don't even think I've seen her on like fan cast lists on my timeline because it's almost too easy, but at the same time I'm like, yes. But, she could easily be number 1, but she's not, so I put her right in the middle. Charlize Theron. Come on. 43 years old. Pretty age appropriate. She doesn't look it. She hasn't aged at all. And hey, her and Ben Affleck were in reindeer games together. Yeah, but we already know she kicks a lot of ass. We already know that she could handle this role very easily. All she would have to do is just, I would want the dark hair with her. I don't know, just because, you know, you already have her as atomic blonde, so if she was going to play like a Selena Kyle, like that Selena Kyle, I would even go with the short hair Selena Kyle. That'd be pretty cool too. But yeah, darken that hair, Charlize Theron. I mean, it's almost too perfect. I know it's not going to happen because it's just too easy. It's way too easy, but you never know. And I would not hate it at all. Number 2, Paula Patton. That's right. She's been on top of my list for a long, long time. I mean, when it comes to Paula Patton, I just think Mission Impossible Ghost fucking Protocol. Yeah, she's been in other movies too where she's been a little bit of badass, stuff like that, but Ghost Protocol, she was just ultimate right there. And she has a very exotic look. When she smiles, it can just light up a room, but she could also just be so exotic, so seductive looking. I mean, my God. Robin Thicke cheated on her. She can go toe-to-toe with Batfleck. She could go toe-to-toe with anybody. And that's why she's number 2, because, yes, if they're not going to go with my number 1, please go with Paula Patton. And what is my number 1? Well, she's been there since the very beginning. We already know that she can kick a lot of ass. She's age-appropriate, too, and she's already technically part of the DCEU, at least her voice, and that is Carla Gugino. Been in love with her since Son-in-Law. But actually, my real love for Carla came with Snake Eyes. You guys see Snake Eyes? If you haven't seen Snake Eyes, go see Snake Eyes or just rent it, do something, I don't know, illegally download it. Whatever you want to do, watch Snake Eyes. Brian De Palma, Nick Cage, Gary Sinise, a whodunit, a crazy one shot in the beginning that's just like, wow, how do they pull that one off? It's classic Nick Cage, and this right here also made me a man when I was younger. She's already supplied her voice for, you know, in Man of Steel. She was, I can't remember the name right now, but, you know, the computer thing that talked to Jor-El, and then, of course, was on the Kryptonian ship and everything. So she's had her voice supplied in Man of Steel and Batman vs. Superman, but still, it doesn't mean she can't play a little Selena Kyle, right? We already saw her in Watchmen as Sally Jupiter, and, you know, why not just pull her into the DCEU? I mean, sadly, it was like, obviously, the reason why she supplied her voice, because of that, she probably had, you know, a nice little friendship with Zack Snyder. And we know that he's not coming back. I just think she would be the perfect Catwoman, and I could have easily done the perfect thing like Catwoman does, like especially in the 66 Batman series, but I didn't. Instead, I explained to you that I didn't, which is just weirder. When I saw her in San Andreas, I was like, yes, you're just still, so gorgeous. You can still handle yourself. And then there was, I'm a big fan of the series Californication. She showed up in season 4 as Hank Moody's lawyer. Badass, just seductive, just everything. I don't know. Carla Gugino, that is my number 1 pick as Catwoman in the DCEU. I think she can go toe-to-toe with Batfleck and anybody that just comes up to her. She's already part of this world, technically. She's... just make it happen. So there you go, guys. That is my list of actresses I think could play Catwoman right there. I think it's a good mix. I mean, if you don't agree with me, that's fine. That's fine. Give me your picks down below in the balls area or send them to me on Twitter. Let me know who you think, you know, because you guys could just throw an actress at me and I could just go boing. Let me know and hit that like, thumbs up button if you'd be so kind. Subscribe to my channel. Visit filmjunkie.com for my stuff. And then, of course, visit the closet, the Film Junkie Closet for shirts and stickers, guys. All right? I'll talk to you later.